Hi, everybody, and thank you for joining us for the second annual Night for Nexus Gala to benefit Nexus Family Healing and all of its related agencies. I'm Joe Schmidt, your host for the evening. And the sounds you just heard are coming from Nexus Girard in Austin, Minnesota, where drumming is just one of the many tools that Nexus Family Healing uses to help children and families heal from trauma and mental health challenges. You'll learn more about that later. But first, let's meet my co-host tonight, Natalie McGrady, Chair of the Nexus Foundation for Family Healing.
Thanks, Joe, and thank you, everyone, for being here tonight.
I was thrilled to be part of the very first Night for Nexus last year, and well, things look a little bit different this year. Boy, things have changed in 2020.
Yeah. Last year, we shared a stage together, but it was so different. We didn't have to social distance. We didn't have to look at a bank of cameras. We could mix and mingle. In addition, this year, we have a new look and a new name. You know, the one thing that hasn't changed about us at all is that we are still here for the kids.
There's no question about that, Natalie. It is so true. One of the best benefits to going virtual is that we are able to include guests from every location that Nexus serves. As you already know, Natalie, Nexus Family Healing has been providing services to youth and families for over 45 years by providing mental health programming to youth who have experienced some pretty severe trauma in their lives. We provide this support to nearly 4,000 youth every year through three areas: outpatient mental health services, residential treatment programs, and foster care and adoption services. Nexus provides these programs across 4 different states here in Minnesota, along with North Dakota, Illinois, and Maryland. And tonight, we have guests joining us from each and every one of those states, and they are just happy that we're all together here tonight. What's more, we are going to visit programs in all 4 of these states tonight and take you on a journey, and I can't wait to get that going. Before we take off, however, I guess we should go over a few housekeeping rules. First, the auction is open right now. Hopefully, you've already started some bidding. If not, here's how. We are asking you to participate in this event, maybe using 2 screens. We recommend streaming this event on your computer or smart TV, and then while bidding through your cell phone. If you haven't done this yet, you can register right now by clicking on the register button on the upper left corner of your screen. This will prompt a text message to be sent to you. Simply click on that text, start bidding on the many great auction items that we have for you this evening. You can also donate at any time during this program. You don't want to wait until the very end. You can donate through your cell phone by navigating on the menu to make a donation. There's a tab there for you. You will also have the option to give a particular location if you want to give money directly to that location, should you choose to specify. I think that might cover it, Natalie.
Well, we won't need to point out where the bathrooms are this year, but really, we need to make sure you are set for the night. Are you in a comfy chair, wearing your comfy shoes or slippers?
Hold it, Natalie, you mean I could have worn some slippers today? These shoes are tight. I haven't worn them in a while.
And one more thing. If you are having a viewing party tonight, we want to know about it. Please take a photo of your group and email it to us. Your party could be a small, safe gathering of friends, or it could be your family, or it could just be you. In any case, we want to see you. Please send your photo to the email you see on your screen, and we will show it off later in the program.
But before we get started, I want to take a moment to recognize our generous sponsors who make this event possible, including our lead sponsors, AmTrust North America, Assured Partners, Bremer Bank, Do Good Events, and Eide Bailey, as well as the other generous sponsors you now see on your screen. We cannot express our gratitude enough for the ongoing support of Nexus.
I also like to thank and recognize our current and former board members who are here with us tonight. Their leadership and generosity has paved the way for Nexus in the past and is helping to propel us into the future. Now I'd like to introduce Dr. Michelle Murray, President and CEO of Nexus Family Healing.
Thank you so much, Natalie and Joe. Your ongoing support of Nexus Family Healing means so much to me and to the organization. And thanks to all of you who are joining us from home. I sure wish that we were meeting in person so that I could meet you all individually. But even though this is not an ideal situation, it is so important for us to support the children and families that we serve despite the pandemic. And by you tuning in and taking the time to hear our stories, you are providing the exact support that we need, so thank you. The drumming that you heard at the beginning of the hour was being done by our youth at Nexus Girard, which is a residential treatment facility in Austin, Minnesota, where they have been using Native American drumming as a unique, culturally based tool to achieve healing. The drumming was introduced by one of our youth care professionals who is Native American. He recognized the chaos and disruption that many of our youth experience and took the opportunity to introduce this as a coping skill to help our youth find their calming center. This year has brought so much upheaval, unforeseen challenges, and chaos, as you all know, to families, individuals, and businesses around the world. Now think a minute about the emotional, mental, physical, and financial impact that this pandemic has had on so many of our lives. Well, these types of feelings and experiences due to the pandemic are new for many of us, but they are not new to the kids and families that we serve. Due to circumstances outside of their control, they have experienced trauma, disruption, and chaos for most of their lives, for months and sometimes even years at a time, not just during a pandemic. The drumming they do provides a direct calming experience for our youth. And this is exactly what our treatment does for the youth and families that we serve. Like drumming, treatment heals the body, the mind, and the spirit. Treatment helps individuals and families find that new calming center. It helps them break through the past to build a new future for themselves. The treatment at Nexus Family Healing changes lives and has been making this kind of impact for many, many years. There are thousands of stories that I could share with you, but I'm just going to share one and take a minute to talk to you about Seth, who is a gentleman that received treatment at Nexus many years ago as a young adult who had lost his way. He recently reached out to me because he wanted to share the impact that Nexus has had on his life. In talking about his experiences, this is what he said. You see, Nexus saved my life. Pure and simple. My life has been a series of successes and plenty of low as hell times. I attribute most of my growing up to my 18-month stay at Nexus. Well, that 18 months was 40 years ago. Seth is now in his 50s and living a successful life with his family and in his community, which now includes twins. So congratulations on that, Seth. The work we do definitely changes lives, but we could not do this work if it were not for your support. Through donations, you all give us the opportunity to augment our services to ensure that we are able to support those when they need it the most. Let me tell you about Mary, who was one person who benefited from such generous donations. Mary was a former client of Nexus Girard's mental health outpatient program. She had an extensive history of childhood trauma that included abuse and neglect, and sought treatment with Girard to work on her recovery. Then COVID hit, and Mary's anxiety and trauma reactions rose due to the extra stress of the pandemic. A generous gift from donors allowed Nexus to Girard to begin providing video-based therapy and financial support that eliminated the financial barrier for Mary and others like her who could not afford treatment to get the help that they needed. And it's just because of donations of people like you that we were able to help Mary in her time of need. Thank you again for being with us this evening, and thank you for listening to our stories. Now I'm going to send you back to Joe, who's going to take us to Maryland. Thank you.
Okay, and thank you so much, Michelle. We started tonight's journey in a small town in southern Minnesota, and we're going to travel now to our first stop, Nexus Woodbourne Family Healing in Baltimore. Nexus Woodbourne supports over 150 youth every year. With us tonight is Jarrell McCrae, Executive Director. Good evening, Jarrell.
Thank you, Joe and Natalie, and thank you to everyone with us on tonight. I'm here on the campus of Nexus Woodburn, right here in the heart of Baltimore, Maryland. Woodburn has been serving children with the greatest need for more than 200 years. Yes, 200 years. Woodburn was an orphanage in the 1800s and today provides residential treatment for boys, a specialized on-site school and vocational program, treatment foster care services throughout Baltimore County and Baltimore City, and of course our diagnostic center that provides intensive treatment and support for youth who have experienced sex trafficking. You know, sex trafficking is something most of us have only heard of, but could never imagine actually experiencing. The children who are lured into this dark world come from a variety of backgrounds. Some run away from home to escape abuse and neglect or violence. Others were just quiet, more so loners, eager to find a friend. The backgrounds and other details vary, but the methods of sex traffickers are often the same. They prey on vulnerable children, befriending them, courting them, making these children feel loved, nurtured, and safe. And it is then that everything changes. There is a price they are expected to pay, and they are often threatened that the only way out is in a body bag. Lydia is one of those young people who were fortunate to escape this tragic end. Lydia is someone who knows exactly what this is like. Lydia was only 15 years old when she came to Nexus Woodburn. Our staff worked closely with Lydia, not only providing therapy, but listening and supporting her during even her toughest days. Over time, staff discovered that Lydia had a passion for cooking. They took this and ran with it, knowing it was a key to helping Lydia build her confidence and gain independence. Our staff rallied around Lydia and helped her obtain food safety training and her licensure. They taught Lydia how to manage food expenses and put her in charge of managing the food budget on her unit. Lydia created meal plans and shopping lists and went along with staff to grocery stores. And every week, Lydia cooked and served a fabulous Friday night dinner for the girls in her unit. Whether it was Italian or Chinese or just burgers and fries, Lydia was filled with pride, and the girls enjoyed sitting together with a home-cooked meal. Before Lydia graduated from Nexus Woodburn, she created a business plan for her food truck, her future dream. She has since moved on to one of our Job Corps programs here in Baltimore, Maryland, and she continues to build her skills as she continues to reach for the stars to achieve her goals. Lydia's success really shows how Nexus Woodburn combines mental health and treatment and supportive education and life skills to restore the hope and reshape the future of youth who might otherwise have few chances in life. Support from people like you and our entire community help make dreams like Lydia's come true. Once again, thank you for joining us and have a wonderful evening.
Wow, that is incredible. When I hear Lydia's story, I don't think about her past as much as her future she's creating and how she shared her passion and dreams with the other girls. And we thank the special Baltimore donor whose gift supported the renovation of the kitchen that has been part of this impressive story.
It was very powerful. Another thing that I find pretty incredible is how much the youth across Nexus Family Healing enjoy giving back to help others. For example, a group of youth at Nexus Girard have been making bracelets to sell to family and friends to raise money for their sensory music group. They recently switched gears and decided to make 50 bracelets to donate to our auction tonight because they know their gift will help other youth at Nexus. These bracelets are on sale right now at a fixed price, and you can purchase them on the auction link. In addition, youth from several of our residential programs have created and donated paintings for you to bid on tonight. These are very personal paintings, and each one has a story to tell. Be sure to check them out in our auction. And get your bidding in before we close tonight at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time.
These youth are pretty incredible. Okay, everyone, our next stop is Fargo, North Dakota, the headquarters of Nexus Path. Each year, Nexus Path touches the lives of over 1,200 children and families throughout North Dakota through foster care and community-based mental health services. In our foster care, we have about 400 parents caring for about 190 children right now. Nexus Path has 9 offices throughout North Dakota, reaching across the state because we know it is important to serve children and families in the communities in which they live. Now, in addition to the work Nexus Path does with foster care, they also bring their expertise into local schools. With us here tonight are Laura and Elena from Jefferson Elementary School in Fargo. They're going to tell us more about the impact that Nexus Path is having on children and families in local schools.
Hello, everyone. I'm Laura, the counselor at Jefferson Elementary, and we have been the lucky participants in a full-service community school pilot, and that has been a partnership between Nexus Path and our school district, and we have been able to bring in, with some services with a contract, Maddie Hawes to Jefferson as our targeted case manager. And so what that means is she is able to kind of be that connector to community resources and help some of our most in need families getting connected to what they are needing, helping our parents be more engaged, helping them get connected to services in our community, navigating systems like welfare, medical assistance, therapy, med management, but also supporting our students and parents by building relationships with them, helping kids get involved in extracurricular activities. We have known the more that students are connected to extracurriculars and are involved in school and parents are involved, that they are more successful. We will see better attendance, we will see less suspensions, and we got to start with Maddie with just 8 of our families and students and have really seen an impact. And we're really happy that we can have her here full time and to double that load, and we can have her do things we can't, like home visits or transportation. And so that is truly where this program has been a great support to our school, to our staff, to our students, and to our parents. And we're so happy that we get to give it a try. So another story will come from Miss Elena, and she'll explain a little bit more of some impact that she's also seen with students.
Hi all, I'm Elena. So Maddie's impact has been life-changing for the students and families that we work with. One student, Tommy, used to run out of his classroom multiple times a day. Most times you'd see him running down the hallways, getting into fights with other students, using inappropriate language, and just really struggled being able to focus during any of his classroom work time. After getting that support from Maddie, that family was able to get to appointments, to medical appointments and therapy appointments. It is difficult for some of our families, like Tommy's situation, where it's a single dad, recovering addict. Mom's been in and out of jail. These kids have been in foster care before. They just don't have the means and support to be able to get to these appointments on their own. And Maddie was able to provide that for them. So with all that help that Maddie provided, this Tommy went from being one of my high-flying students to one of our self-managers at Jefferson. So these are our top-tier students. They are always following the directions. The teachers in the whole school have to sign off on it. They get special privileges, they get some rewards, and they get to wear these badges throughout the school. And it really is something that is special to those kids. So being a PATH foster parent myself, I see how important that these resources are for our students and families to be able to thrive outside of school and inside of school. And Maddie's really been able to help these families be successful.
Thanks so much, Laura and Elena. It is amazing to hear the impact that the extra support can mean to the success of students. And I understand that there are other schools wanting to bring Nexus Pass program to their students and families. To do this, extra support is needed to fund these services in the schools. This is just one example of the impact you can have with your support tonight.
You're so right, Natalie. And speaking of support, let's look at some of the highlights from our auction tonight. This is your chance to find something fun for yourself and help Nexus at the same time. And it looks like we have a couple of beautiful condos from Colorado that are being auctioned off tonight. Who couldn't use a week in the mountains these days? Colorado sounds like a perfect getaway, especially this year. The first condo is a one-week stay in a two-bedroom unit located in the mountainside at Silver Creek Condominiums, located in Granby, Colorado, on the slopes of the Ski Granby Ranch and near the southwest entrance of Rocky Mountain National Park. This condo is for use during your favorite season in 2021 and is subject to availability. More details can be found online in the auction, but this sounds like the perfect location for your next mountain adventure. The condo is donated by the generous folks over at Carl's Anderson. Make sure you look for this item in the auction and get bidding right now. Our next condo is a fantastic 3-bed, 4-bath condo located in Steamboat Springs Resort area. Steamboat is a great destination for rafting, golfing, fly fishing, hiking, biking, alpine slides, hot springs, balloon rides, and good old relaxation. Select from several weeks between May to October 2021, including Labor Day week, which is considered a prime week in Colorado. This beautiful condo was donated by Nexus board chair and his wife, Paul and Ann Zimmer, as well as Kevin and Peg Keenan. Thank you to all of you for sharing your beautiful location with us. More details on both condos can be found in the featured items section of the auction. Be sure to get your bids in soon. The last highlighted item, I guess, is really for our Minnesota friends. The Minnesota State Fair is the great Minnesota get-together. It is the highlight of the summer season for many people. As with most states, our fair did not happen this year. Year after year, Sweet Martha's cookies are the most popular item at the fair. You didn't get your cookies fresh out of the oven this year, but Sweet Martha herself has donated 2 cases of her original frozen chocolate chip cookie dough to be auctioned off here tonight. That totals 576 cookies. That's a dozen a week per year. Well, all of those items, plus many, many more, can be found on the online auction, so make sure you keep bidding. But remember, the auction does close at 8 p.m. Central. Okay, I'm going to give it back to you, Natalie. Tell us where we are headed next.
Thanks, Joe. Thank you so much to all of our auction donors. We have some amazing items in the auction. I know as soon as I get done here, I need to get back to my bidding. The next stop on our journey is Illinois and the small town of Onarga, which is home to Nexus Onarga Family Healing. Nexus Onarga has been supporting the needs of adolescent boys for 30 years, providing residential treatment and other services to support the needs of nearly 150 youth each year. Many of the youth we serve are working through significant challenges. Some have spent years in various juvenile centers and treatment programs before reaching Onarga. Some are very tough. Some are very vulnerable. The staff provides care and compassion and the belief that these young men have the ability to have a better life and support them in reaching their goals. We know that having solid employment is a key to long-term success for any of us. The youth who come to us often have few skills or options for a path to jobs. Nexus Onarga created the Cornerstone Cafe to provide real-life work experience. The youth develop resumes, apply for positions, and even have the opportunity to learn management skills while working at paid positions at the cafe. The cafe is an active coffee shop and a gift gallery created in a small old town hall renovated by Nexus Onarga youth and staff and open to the community. Community support has allowed Nexus Onarga to add a new kitchen to the cafe and then to allow the youth to build their culinary skills. In a moment, we're going to hear from a special group of cafe customers who show what the cafe means to them as well as how they care for the youth. But before we do, I want to remind everyone why we're here tonight. We are here to raise money for Nexus Family Healing and kids like Lydia and the boys you are about to hear about next. And we have a great opportunity for you right now. The senior leadership team of Nexus Family Healing will offer to match the next $1,000 in gifts made. That's right. To get this really moving, they are going to match your gift dollar for dollar, up to $1,000 starting now. This means your gift will have twice the impact. So pick up your phone and find Make a Donation button as you listen to the group called Cooking Angels.
This group of ladies has really done great things. It is possible that if you take the time and you listen and you share, that lives can be changed, and it all happens at this table.
It's just when you walk in, you just have this overwhelming feeling of peace, and it goes with you when you walk out that door.
Miss Norma, they call me, the boys. They're very gentle and kind. They're just like my kids. I've got a great grandbaby, so I've had kids and grandkids and all that. I don't love easily, but boy, I tell you, this group of gals and the boys, they're so easy to love.
Well, it's just a place I have to get up, and I have to get up here and have coffee. And I'll sometimes show up 4 days a week just to have coffee. It's a nice, peaceful place, and I love the gals that's up here, and the boys are awesome. They're like my sons that I never had.
I was born and raised in Onarga, so you're a small town, you know. So I've been coming, probably since it opened. But I like to think that these kids, I mean, you get to know them. And I think most of us do not have grandkids around here. So we can kind of put our grandmotherly wisdom. They have a birthday, we have birthday parties. And so maybe we see them as our grandkids, and maybe they can see us as their grandparents, which maybe they don't know, don't have.
And even after they graduate and have jobs, they'll come pop in, and oh, it's so good to see them. It just breaks my heart that I can't see them more often, but they go out of here, I think, with like peace and love.
And you know, when we get around holidays, or even when the boys go to move away from campus, you know, they've helped fill up apartments for some of these kids. We've had showers at holidays. They helped me plan the Christmas party. The first year with Stu, actually, and we went shopping for them. We got the list, and some of the boys said, you know, nobody's ever asked me what I want for Christmas. Try to celebrate all the events of their life. When they have their birthday, we ask what their favorite pie or cake is, and really want to treat it. It really is just like our family.
And they're gentlemen. I wouldn't call them anything else but gentlemen. And they come over and they say, are you okay? Do you need anything? You know, they're always on the spot to make sure you have what you want. You want some more coffee? Do you want anything? I mean, they're right on. And boy, after a while, when they leave here, they've got great people skills.
Wow, they really are angels, aren't they? And a great example of how it's not just the staff who make a difference. It's the people like the Cookie Angels and all of you who help make an impact and help change the course of these children's lives with your support. Thanks to all of you who do so much. And thank you to the Nexus senior leadership team for matching the gifts tonight. And now we land back in Minnesota for our final segment of the evening. Natalie has some special guests here in the studio with us tonight, and we have a powerful story to tell. They are going to share their story of hope and the ways that Nexus Kindred Family Healing supported them on their journey. While Natalie and her guests are getting set up, I want to talk a little bit about Nexus Kindred Family Healing and who they serve. Nexus Kindred is one of the largest private nonprofit providers of foster care and adoption services in Minnesota. Last year alone, Nexus Kindred supported nearly 700 children and their families, as well as 150 foster families. And by the way, we are always in need of more foster families to support children throughout the state. Many people don't know that agencies like Nexus Kindred are true advocates, not only for the children, but for the families who open their hearts and homes to them. They get to know the families and work to find the right match between the family and the child. The better the match, the more stable the relationship. And that stability is so important for children who have experienced trauma and chaos in their lives. Nexus Kindred also ensures that foster families have the training they need to understand the impact of trauma on children so that they can provide the care and support these children need to thrive. Support from the community supports foster family recruitment training and the little extras that families want to provide to the children in their care. Sending it over to you, Natalie, to introduce us to this amazing family.
Thanks, Joe. Tonight we have some very special guests whose lives have been forever impacted by Nexus Kindred. Please join me in welcoming Amanda and Dan Kreuter. So, hi, Amanda and Dan.
Hi.
It's very nice to meet you.
Yeah.
So, why don't you tell us what you're doing here tonight and how Nexus has impacted your life?
Yeah, so we are actually from a small town of Montrose, which is in the western part of the Twin Cities. So we were looking at becoming parents, and since we have some struggles of our own getting pregnant, we reached out to Nexus since they had an office really close to us. And so we got connected with the agency, met some social workers, and became licensed about a year later.
Very nice. So what interested you in foster care?
We wanted to give kids a home and be able to raise them and
just expand our family
yeah,
that way.
That's beautiful. So it seems like this is a big decision and that you have a lot to learn and when it comes to this, right? Everyone does. So how did Nexus help prepare you?
Yeah, so Nexus did a really great job in training foster care parents. We were able to go through a lot of training through trauma training, car seat training, first aid CPR, just all sorts of stuff, so that we were really prepared for the kids that would come into our home. You know, they've gone through difficult times and definitely have some other areas of concern where others might not. So it was really great to go through that training. It was also really great to give an option of having siblings coming into our home. You know, we were young, we didn't have any other kids of our own, so we had the room for it, we had the heart for it, we wanted them to have each other for support, so it was a really great option for us.
Having the heart for children and doing this kind of work and opening your home is a wonderful thing, and I really applaud both of you for doing that. So tell me about when the children got to your home. What was it like?
Yeah, that was a crazy 0 to 60 in one day. So.
It was quiet at first, and then they started warming up to us, and they all three started getting boisterous. And
yeah, it was pretty fun to watch them really become part of the family and into the home, and you know, everybody could feel that it was just the right fit, which is something else that Nexus can do for us, is really helping to provide the right fit to make sure we're going to drive with them and they're going to drive with us because it's a whole new situation. So it was a really great option for us.
Now, I didn't ask, do we have pets?
We do.
Yes.
We have one dog.
Okay.
Yep.
And the dog, I can't wait to ask the girls about the dog.
Yes.
So why don't we bring those girls up here so we can meet them? Okay. Hey, ladies, how are we? Good. Good. Okay, well, welcome to the stage. I'm going to talk to you in a minute. Well, Amanda, give me a little history or the timeline of how the girls came to you.
Yeah, so they actually came in April of 2018, and they were finalized, their adoption was finalized in August of 2018, so just a few months. Again, when we talked about what a great support the foster family, the agency is for foster families and really helping to make that match, everybody could just feel it was the right thing. So it was a really quick timeline as soon as they came into the home.
Very nice, very nice. Well, welcome, girls. It's so good to see you and so glad you were able to join us on stage. You know, we have a lot of people watching tonight, no pressure. So just kind of relax and tell me a little bit about yourself. So why don't we start with the first lady in green. Can you tell us your name and your age?
My name is Naya, and I'm 11.
11. Young lady in the sparkles like me, yes?
My name's Chloe and I'm 10.
Okay, and my teenager over here.
My name is Taya and I'm 13.
Very good. Well, very nice. And it's so good to see you guys. And so I hear you guys are all very busy. So why don't we start with kind of what do you do and why you like to do it? So you want to start, Naya?
I like to do gymnastics. I also like to go on our trampoline and do a bunch of tricks that I can, and play with my siblings a lot.
Okay. Miss Chloe?
I like to do volleyball, basketball, disc golf, and I like playing with my sisters.
All right.
I enjoy playing volleyball and basketball, disc golf, and I really like to be in sports.
Okay. Well, I don't think anybody's the gymnastics coach in the house, right? Naya? Okay. But I do hear we have a volleyball coach in the house. And who is that?
Mom.
Okay, very good. So, Mom, what makes you coach the girls and why do you like to do that?
Oh, I love volleyball. It's been my favorite sport for a long time. So having the opportunity to coach was just awesome. It's so much fun.
Great. And, Dad, are you coaching gymnastics?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. So, can you tell me, you guys, how the girls have made a difference in your life?
In every way possible. So much joy. There's hard times, of course, because families are always having hard times. But the joy that we see on their faces, it's amazing. And to be able to provide opportunities.
And it warms my heart that they finally are able to have a home that they can call home.
Forever.
Yeah.
An extended family.
Yeah.
They all love them.
It's been so great to see them with their cousins and with their aunts and uncles, grandparents. It's just, they're part of the family, and it's been such a joy to see that.
And I imagine when COVID's over, we'll have sleepovers.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah. So who wants to tell me about the dog before we close? Oh, well, we'll start with both of you, Ms. Taya.
So our dog's name is Callie, and she's about 7 years old, and she's a Shih Tzu, and she likes to play fetch a lot, and she's a really energetic dog.
Okay, Chloe.
And I like, she's nice to walk with, and she's easy, and she doesn't jump on people, and it doesn't hurt when she really jumps on you.
So you're the dog walker.
We're all the dog walkers.
Oh, okay, very good. So, girls, anything you want to add about your new family and how it makes you feel? Anyway, you want to start, Naya?
That I have a family now that I can depend on and love and have.
Okay, Chloe? Kind of the same?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Miss Taya?
Thankful for Kindred because then I have a family that I know I can count on, and that I have a family that I can call my family, and it's not a family I have for 2 months and then I move away.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, I'll tell you what. If that doesn't make you feel good about the work that we're doing here at Nexus and specifically at Kindred, I don't know what does. These are beautiful young ladies with a beautiful mom and dad, and we're so happy to have you all here with us tonight to share. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, folks, over the past hour, you've heard the stories and the vision of Nexus Family Healing. These kids and these families need people like you to help bring this vision to life. You can help children like Tommy and Lydia, and you can be like the Cookie Angels. You can help support families like the Kreuters, and you can help us do this in Minnesota, Illinois, Maryland, and North Dakota. I ask now for your help. We can come together to make families like the Kreuters possible, to help recruit more foster parents to bring more mental health resources into schools, and to continue to provide the best care possible that allows children to heal from trauma, while also giving them the tools to move ahead and to be independent in life. Last year at the Night for Nexus, we wrapped up the evening with a final giving opportunity that raised more than $20,000 in just minutes, and we need your help to do it again. I'm going to start by asking those of you who can to please consider making a gift of $1,000 or more right now to help bring the vision of Nexus to life. You heard from CEO Dr. Michelle Murray and Nexus Foundation Board Chair Natalie McGrady tonight. They are each starting us off with gifts of $1,000. In addition, I've been told that the Nexus Board of Directors, as well as two of our corporate sponsors, Assured Partners and Stonebridge Capital Advisors, have also committed to gifts of $1,000 or more. That is exciting stuff. If you can join in and support us tonight in the $1,000 or even the $5,000 level, please do so now. Your gift can launch school-based services to help children like Tommy at Jefferson School, recruit more foster families, and support trauma-focused training for foster families and residential staff. Now we know that not everybody can give at that level, and we want you to know that every single gift that is made here tonight is going to make a difference. So please, be as generous as you can tonight. You can help buy a special pair of basketball shoes, a new backpack, pay for special things like equine therapy, or even support the technology children now need for distance learning. You also have a choice tonight. Your unrestricted gift allows Nexus to use your support where they are needed the greatest. Or you can designate your gift to use at the agency of your local area. Either way, your gift will make an impact on a child. As you consider your gift, remember that the auction will close right at 8 o'clock, so be sure to check your bids on your phone or your computer. You don't want to miss out on some of these great opportunities that we have for you tonight. Let's not forget about our viewing parties. We've received a few snapshots of our guests who joined us on this journey. We love those smiling faces. Thank you, everyone. As we close this evening, I'd like once again to thank our sponsors and so many others who made this night possible. Thank you to the Kreuter family and everyone who joined us from the home states. Many, many thanks for the Night of Nexus Committee, who worked tirelessly and were so generous. And a special thanks to all of you. You helped bring the Nexus vision to life, and you helped restore hope and reshape the lives of children and families who need it the most. And a special thanks to my wonderful co-host, Natalie McGrady. Natalie, it's been a pleasure co-hosting with you. Hopefully we'll all be able to get together soon. Enjoy the rest of the evening.